Are you getting sharp elbow pain stopping you from lifting, gripping, or even opening a jar? Is it killing you to type all day at work with that sharp stabbing pain? Today I'm giving you the exact 5 exercises I prescribe as a physical therapist to fix lateral epicondylitis, aka tennis elbow, so you can get back to your life and your work without pain. If living free of pain equates to a better life for you, keep watching to find out what you can do to live your best life. Welcome to Better Mobility, Better Life, where you can learn how to break mental and physical barriers to become a better athlete, a more functional human, and how to age with grace using physical therapy techniques. Hey friends, it's Dr. Lindz, and in this episode, I'm going to explain 5 exercises that you can perform if you start to get a stabbing, aching pain on the outside of your elbow. Please note that this information is purely educational and not medical advice. There are different causes for elbow pain, so please use this as a guide. If your elbow pain persists, I advise you to see your trusted physical therapist. Okay, lateral epicondylitis, commonly known as tennis elbow, is an overuse injury of the extensor tendons on the outside of your elbow. These tendons help you to extend and stabilize your wrist. When they're overloaded repeatedly, they develop micro tears, irritation, and chronic inflammation. Even though it's called tennis elbow, most people who get it don't play tennis at all. Here are the most frequent causes: repetitive gripping, twisting, or lifting, if you have poor mechanics in your wrist or your shoulder joint, if you have a weak grip or weak wrist extensors, if you load too soon, too fast, like if you're lifting weights in the gym, working with tools, typing, carrying objects, or manual labor. And pickleball. Yes, I see many injuries from pickleball. The good news, most cases respond extremely well to targeted exercises. Let's go through the 5 that I like the most. Okay, so the first exercise that we're gonna do is a stretch for your extensor muscles. It's called the wrist extensor stretch. And what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that your elbow stays straight, and you're just going to take your other hand and flex your wrist, and you should feel a nice pull all the way from the elbow down to that wrist. So what you're doing is you're basically giving a nice long stretch for all those extensor muscles that go they start in the elbow and they go all the way down to the tips of your fingers. So for this stretch, what I would do is I would just hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds at a time and then let up. And I want you to do 3 of these in a row and then go about your normal activities. Come back to this probably about 3 to 4 times initially, and as your elbow starts to feel better, you can do less. But if you're going back into your work activities of typing for hours, or if you're a mechanic and you're really doing a lot of twisting of that forearm, make sure that you take the rest breaks and give it a good stretch. So the purpose of this wrist extensor stretch is that it will decrease the tension in the irritated muscle. The next exercise that I want to show you is called an isometric wrist extension. And so what you're going to do for that is you're going to make a fist. Let's say this is my affected elbow. So you're gonna make a fist with that same arm, and you're gonna put your other hand on top of it, and you're going to extend that wrist into your opposite hand, but no movement at the actual wrist. So it's just a static hold to your tolerance, and I'm gonna have you hold for 10 seconds and then relax. And I want you to do this 10 times in a row. And if you need to go and follow it up with the stretch afterwards because you're starting to feel a little irritation with that, that is completely fine. So the purpose of the wrist extension isometric hold is to reduce pain and improve tendon load tolerance without movements. The next exercise that we're gonna go into is a gold standard, and this is an eccentric wrist extension. And what you're going to want with this is either a water bottle or a really light weight. I would start with 1 to 2 pounds initially. Do not use the 5-pounder that seems to be laying around everybody's houses, because that's just too much of a weight to load those tendons. Okay, so what you're going to do at your kitchen table or a surface that will actually stabilize that forearm is you're going to put your water bottle or your really low weight in your hand, and you're going to put that wrist right at the edge of the table. What I'm gonna have you do with your good hand is you're going to help that hand come into wrist extension, and then you're gonna slowly let it drop down. So you want nice and controlled movements with this. When it gets to the bottom, you're gonna use your opposite hand again to bring it back up into extension and then slowly let it back down. So this is called an eccentric contraction of your forearm muscles. And what that does is it helps to actually strengthen those muscles a lot more than a concentric contraction, or if you were to just automatically bring that wrist up into extension. So we wanna just bear the weight, and we wanna make sure that we progress slowly with this exercise. Again, if you feel very fatigued afterwards, you can go into that wrist extensor stretch and give me three repetitions, holding for about 10 seconds to get nice stretch through those extensor muscles in that forearm. The next exercise is the supination and the pronation, again using your weight or your water bottle. And that is in order to strengthen the muscles that rotate that wrist. So what you're going to do is you're gonna hold your weight or the water bottle at the end of it, so it's like a pendulum, and you're just going to slowly swing it back and forth. And I recommend doing this about 20 times, then taking a break. Again, if this is too painful, we'll just hold off until some of that pain disappears. But it's pretty simple, and it just helps to strengthen muscles that are responsible for twisting and gripping. So the last exercise that we're going to do is something to really help strengthen your grip, because a lot of times when you have this injury, it's really, really painful to grip objects. So what you're gonna do is take a towel at home, and you're just gonna roll it up. It doesn't have to be really bulky, but just a little bit. And I'm just gonna have you put that hand around that towel, and you're just gonna squeeze it and relax. Squeeze it and relax. So again, I would have you do this about 3 sets of 10 or 30 times. And if you start to get a lot of pain again in that elbow, I would just break it down and give yourself a nice little stretch of those extensor tendons, and then you can come back to it. If you don't have a towel, which you most likely would, you could also use an orange or some round object. A stress ball would work as well to increase that grip strength. So along with those exercises, I would also include some soft tissue massage to your forearm with what's called cross friction massage. And what you're going to do with that is the muscles run from that elbow and they go down the length of that forearm. So you're gonna go perpendicular or across those muscle fibers with your opposite hand. You're gonna start up at that elbow, and you're just going to find for those tender spots and apply pressure nice and gently or to your tolerance, and just go across those fibers. So this will help to bring in circulation, and it also helps to realign those fibers that are healing. And you should notice that it starts to feel a little bit nicer after a couple minutes of the massage. So after the cross friction massage, I would just follow that up with the wrist extension stretch in order to help stretch out those muscles with all that new circulation that you just brought into the area. All right, I would also recommend that you look into getting a lateral epicondylitis brace or a tennis elbow strap. It looks like this, and what it does is it will go right over that forearm in order to pin down all your muscles so that it stops the pulling away from that bone. So what you do is you're going to slip this on. You're not gonna go way up to that elbow. You're gonna stop and give yourself about 1.5 to 2 inches depending on your forearm. And it just sits there. So again, it's just holding those muscles down. And I would use this especially if you're doing your work activities that aggravate it, like the typing, the mechanic work, a lot of twisting, a lot of gripping, because that will just relieve the stress on that elbow joint. I would like you to take breaks from this throughout the day. And when you take it off, then I would recommend that you just go back into that lateral epicondylitis stretch a few more times, just to make sure that the muscles are nice and flexible. and then you can slip it back on if you go back to your work activities. With tendon rehab, it's okay to feel a 3 out of 10 discomfort, but never a sharp, stabbing pain. Stay consistent, tendons respond to steady progressive loading. One last tip, it's important to examine your work environment to figure out what might be stressing those tendons. This could be caused by a keyboard that sits up too high or too low, and sitting at the desk with your elbows, you should be at about 90 degrees of elbow flexion with your wrists slightly in an extension position. If you have a profession where you are constantly lifting or twisting, take a look at your wrist while you're doing those activities to make sure that you're not going into excessive repetitive extension. If you can switch to your opposite hand until the pain starts to calm down, then that is a good opportunity to give your wrist extensors time to heal. If you want pain-free strength, these exercises are non-negotiable. Do them consistently and you'll be amazed at how quickly your elbow rebounds. If today's video helped, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more PT back solutions from me, Dr. Lindz, here at Better Mobility, Better Life. Drop a comment if you felt that this information was helpful. Until next time, move better, feel better, live better.